Bejikmin I Radio, and Akfijunuba Sudan.
This is a message of peace. We all are South Sudanese. It does not matter where anyone comes from. We need to respect each other and support each other because we are one. We all are human beings. As South Sudanese, we deserve to coexist peacefully, tolerate one another, reconcile all our differences, and live peacefully. This is a message of tolerance and peaceful coexistence brought to you by iRadio, your eye on South Sudan.
Welcome to the Sundown Show. On this show, we bring you the movers and shakers of South Sudan and the world over. We engage in debates and discussions that unearth the stories behind the news. And we have our light moments too by chit-chatting about issues that affect our day-to-day life. Stay right here on the Sundown. Join in and be part of the show on iRadio, your eye on South Sudan.
أهلا ومرحبا بكم في برنامج سانداون على آي راديو. في البرنامج ده بنستضيف شخصيات بارزة ومؤثرة من جنوب السودان ومن حول العالم، وبنتحدث معهم عن القضايا اللي بتهم بلدنا وبتأثر على حياتنا. كمان بنتطرق في القصص خلف الأخبار وبنتبادل الأحاديث الخفيفة عن حياتنا اليومية. شاركونا، كونوا جزء من البرنامج فقط على آي راديو، عينك على جنوب السودان.
Hello and welcome to the Sundown Show on iRadio with me, Madrama James. Today is Tuesday, November 11th, 2025. We begin in Parliament where the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, I beg your pardon, Dr. Joseph Genga-Kecha tabled the Mining Act 2013 as Amendment Bill 2025. The bill seeks to align South Sudan's mining laws with the revitalized peace agreement and the transitional constitution and to strengthen how the country manages its mineral resources. If passed, the law will establish new institutions including the South Sudan Geological Survey Agency, the Mining Corporation, and the Mining Authority, all aimed at improving transparency and accountability in the mining sector. The bill also introduces tougher regulations for mining licenses, new environmental safeguards, and community benefits for areas where mining takes place. The minister said the amendment will help ensure the country's mineral wealth is developed sustainably for both the present and future generation. Let's first listen to Minister Joseph Akech reading the Mining Act before the lawmakers this morning, and my colleague Obach was there and files for us this.
Articles 4.7.1 and 4.7.1.9 of the revitalized agreement on the resolution of conflict in the Republic of South Sudan, RRCS, mandates the RTGONU to review the Mining Act 2012 and other legislation as provided for in the agreement. This is to comply with the provisions of the same agreement. Purpose. The purpose of this bill is to amend the Mining Act 2012 to conform with the revitalized agreement, the Constitution, and best practices by providing for the development of nations' mineral resources and establishing the South Sudan Geological Survey Agency and the Mining Corporation, the Mining Authority. Number 3, authority. The amendment bill is drafted in accordance with Articles 4.7.1.9 of the revitalized agreement on the resolution of the conflict in the Republic of South Sudan and Articles 17.4 and 177.2 A and M and 201A 4H, right together with Schedule A17 of the Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan 2011 as amended. that gives the national government authority over subterranean national resources. Methodology. The methodology applied in drafting the amendment bill is by using A, the word amend or amendment to mean change of a chapter, section, subsection, paragraph or subparagraph in the Principal Act. B, the word delete or deleting to mean removal of a chapter, section, subsection, paragraph or subparagraph in the Principal Act. C, the word substitute or substituting to mean replacement of a chapter, section, subsection, paragraph or subparagraph in the Principal Act. D, the word restructure to mean redrafting, rewriting the legislative sentencing in the Principal Act. And E, the word add or addition to mean a new chapter, section, subsection, paragraph or subparagraph or expression brought into by the Principal Act. 5. Overview of the bill. The amendment bill consists of 84 amendment sections affecting 26 chapters of the Principal Act. The amendment bill has added 2 new chapters as follows. 6 amendment. A. Chapter 1. Preliminary provisions that are found in sections 1 to 7. The chapter provides for citation of the amendment bill by adding the phrase Amendment Bill 2025. The amendments specify the purpose of the bill and provide for new terms and their definitions to conform to the revitalized agreement and the transitional constitution of the Republic of South Sudan 2011. The chapter outlines the general principles governing mining and development of minerals, such as conservation and development of the mineral resources for the benefits of the present and future generations, and exploitation of minerals by adhering to safety, health, and environmental standards. The chapter also provides that all mineral resources belong to the people of South Sudan and that the national and state governments shall be the custodians on behalf of the people. The chapter also empowers the minister responsible for mining to declare strategic minerals in consultation with relevant stakeholders. The chapter further provides for the types of mining licenses, including large-scale mining license, exploration license, and reconnaissance license, and bar individuals who have been convicted and government officials with vested interest in mining from holding such licenses. B. Chapter 2. Administration. These are found in sections 8 to 57. This chapter empowers the minister for mining and authorized license for trading, retention, reconnaissance, exploration, small-scale mining, and large-scale mining on advice of the Undersecretary. The amendments also introduce provisions on the functions and duties of the Undersecretary. The chapter establishes the South Sudan Geological Survey Agency to search for mineralized areas and minerals using geoscientific methods and to provide geological advice, information, and recommendation to the mining authority. The chapter also provides for appointment of the board of directors by the president upon recommendation by the minister, and further provide for composition, powers, functions, loss of membership, and eligibility for appointments of the members of the board. The chapter also provides for the recruitment of the managing director by the board through competitive process and appointment by the president upon recommendation of the minister. The amendments empower the board to recruit staff of the agency and determine their terms of condition of service in consultation with the Salaries and Remuneration Commission. The chapter also provides for the establishment of the South Sudan Mining Authority, appointment and board of directors, composition, powers, functions, loss of membership, eligibility for appointment and tenure of the office of the members of the board. The chapter further mandates the board to competitively recruit the Director General and empowers the President to appoint based on recommendation by the Minister. Finally, the chapter requires the authority to prepare annual reports of the activities during each financial year and submit to the President and the Assembly through the Minister. See Chapter 3. This is South Sudan Mining Corporation, found in sections 58 to 83. The chapter provides for establishment of the South Sudan Mining Corporation to invest in the mining industry and generate revenue for the government. The chapter provides for functions, duties, and powers of the corporation, such as to engage in capacity building activities, partner with mining and exploration companies, and serve as the investment arm of the government in the mining and mineral sector. The chapter also provides for the appointments of members of the board, their term of office, functions, and duties. The bill further provides for procedures for meeting of the board and the appointment of the managing director. The chapter further requires board members, directors, and senior employees of the authority to declare their assets and liabilities, including those of their spouses and children, in accordance with applicable law. The chapter further empowers the managing director to manage the bank accounts and keep and maintain proper books of accounts and records of all funds of the authority. D. Chapter 4. This deals with land for mineral licenses, found in section 84 to 85. The chapter prohibits exercise of any power by a licensee without prior written consent from the relevant authority of the land. The chapter also empowers the minister to declare areas for grant of licenses through public tender and in consultation with the National Council of Ministers. E. Chapter 5. Reconnaissance license, found in sections 86 to 88. The chapter provides for the process of submission of applications for the grant of reconnaissance license to the mining authority and conditions for the minister to grant a reconnaissance license. The chapter also provides for maintenance of safety standards in reconnaissance operations in accordance with applicable law.
Dr. Joseph Gangakech reading the bill right there in the part 1. Meanwhile, in part 2, the Minister of Justice is still read the Mining Act chapters. Let's listen to the Minister, Joseph Gangakech, in the part 2.
F. Chapter 6. Exploration license in sections 89 to 96. The chapter outlines the process for submitting applications for the grant of exploration license to the mining authority and has introduced provisions limiting the area of land for exploration license between 10 square kilometers to 600 square kilometers. The chapter also mandates a license holder of exploration license to get a written authorization from the minister before conducting tests that involve limited production of mineral resources. G. Chapter 7. Small-scale mining license, found in sections 97 to 98. The chapter provides for the application procedure for small-scale mining license, including the requirement for the application to be accompanied by a community development program. H. Chapter 8. Large-scale mining license, sections 99 to 102. The chapter provides for applications for large-scale license to be made to the mining authority. The chapter also gives the government full participation, including corresponding percentage of voting rights to the interests held in the large-scale mining license. The chapter further mandates the license holder of large-scale license to allow scientific surveys by educational institutions, research institutions, and government agencies to carry out research. I. Chapter 9. Retention license, sections 103-104. The chapter requires the minister to review retention license of more than 1 year and further mandate every license holder to submit to the minister updated versions of studies and assessments as provided under the original license. J. Chapter 10. Mineral trading license, sections 105 to 107. The chapter prohibits any trading in minerals without a mineral trading license. The chapter also directs the Director General of the Mining Authority to grant a mineral trading license to the applicant within 30 days of application, if the applicant meets the requirements under the law. The chapter further obligates a holder of mineral trading license to maintain accurate and separate mineral trading registers for the transactions for each mineral and keep daily records of buying, selling, or processing of minerals. Chapter 11, Mining License General Provisions, Sections 108, 112. The chapter provides for consultations by the mining authority with affected parties as well as the community regarding applications for exploration license, small-scale mining license, or large-scale mining license. The chapter also empowers the minister to consult with the relevant states and stakeholders to carry out or commission research for the purpose of conservation, development, and utilization of mineral resources, and for the conservation of geological, archaeological, cultural, or biological diversity, resources, and ensure the training of officers of the ministry for the development and sustainable management of mineral resources. Chapter 12, Renewal and Revocation of Mineral Title, Sections 113. The chapter provides for liability of a former license holder for performance of any obligation arising out of acts of contracts made in respect of the mineral license that were incurred prior to the date of revocation, and for any claims for damages or injuries that are made bona fide parties. Chapter 13, Exploration and Mining Agreements, Sections 114. The chapter limits the exploration and mining agreements area to a minimum of 1,200 square kilometers. Chapter 14, Rents, Royalties, and Taxes, found in Sections 115 to 117. The chapter mandates the minister to publish a schedule of royalties in the regulations. The chapter also prohibits disposal of minerals and provides for revocation of the mineral license if the licensee fails without justifiable cause to comply with the provisions of the bill. Chapter 15, Environmental and Social Provisions, Sections 118 to 120. The chapter provides for preservation of the environment and pollution prevention in all exploration and mining operations or any activity relating to such operations. The chapter also requires a mining license, the license holder to implement a corporate social responsibility program in conformity with the mining authority guidelines of best international practices. Chapter 16, Geological and Other Investment Sections, 121. The chapter allows educational institutions, research institutions, and other government agencies to carry out scientific studies on any land with minerals activities upon prior written authorization of the Director General of Geological Survey Agency. Chapter 17, Records and Registration in Cadastral Registers and Maps, Section 122. The amendment mandates the Director General of the Mining Authority to open and maintain registers and systems of records as may be prescribed for the recording of matters relating to mineral licenses. Chapter 18, Mine, Health and Safety, Sections 123 to 124. The chapter empowers the Minister to develop mine, health and safety regulations to effect protection of health safety employees and to promote culture of health and safety measures, as well as to promote training and human resource development. The chapter also requires an accident that involves loss of life or serious injury to be reported to the Director General within 24 hours by the licensee. Chapter 19, Offences, Penalties and Procedures, Sections 125 to 130. The chapter penalizes making incorrect annual rents or royalties returned by the licensee. The amendment provides the penal provision for giving false answers, whether verbally or in writing, to any question or request for information about annual rents or royalties as required by the law. The chapter further provides penalties for specified offences and penalties for unspecified offences provided in the bill. Chapter 20, Schedules and Regulations in Section 131. This chapter mandates the Minister to prescribe regulations for local content. In conclusion, right, Honorable Speaker, esteemed deputies, the honorable members of August House, my colleague ministers, in light of the foregoing, I hereby respectfully submit the Mining Act 2012 Amendment Bill 2025 to you for its approval. The National Council of Ministers Resolution 8024. It is regular meeting number 15, 2024, held on Friday, 11 October 2024. To you for deliberations and enactment.
Well, that was Minister Joseph Gengakech tabling the Mining Act 2013 as Amendment Bill 2025. If passed, the bill will establish new institutes, including the South Sudan Geological Survey Agency, the Mining Corporation, and the Mining Authority, all aimed to improving transparency and accountability in the mining sector. What's your take on this after the break?
It's a Baghdad Diamond Wenisuma iRadio ala nimrata telefon 0911-119-986 au itabiresilu risala ala nimra 0913-986.
Indeed, iRadio, grab that cell phone and dial our studio line 0911-22986-986. What's your take? iRadio.
Hello.
Are you?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm good. I'm going to Francis in a week.
Good to have you.
Yes, it is a good move, of course, by the government. That is the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. We welcome the mining bill that is being tabled in the Parliament, but our concern is that we are seeing bills being discussed in the Parliament at the time they end up there without being realized or being put in place in the ground. So we are asking the government to at least be serious this time around. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now via our Facebook page we have Ken Deng Deng. He's saying yellow Madrama gems, and all the listeners of iRadio within and outside the country. I'm watching you live from that Lologo here in Juba. Baba Gatkor Kirbol is joining us from that Koch County in Unity State. Away from that Kirbol, we have Ozuna D joins us from Kenya. Keep those messages coming. Then we have Korea Mawich saying yellow Madrama James and the listeners of iRadio. I'm watching you live from that Mangaten here in Juba. Finally from W. Christopher George joins us live from that Western Equatoria State, town of that Yambio, and many call it, of course, Greenland. And let us know where you're watching this program from. Now 0911-22986-986. What's your take on this act table before the Parliament, and if it is passed into law, it will establish that new institutions, including that South Sudan Geological Survey Agency, the Mining Corporations, and the Mining Authority. Nina barofi mahala del mutalif dab gad bihasil wa kaman minerals bita Junuba Sudan fi nas albisilu be tariga resmi wa kaman fi juzu min nas al-kaman gad baamulu business bitao, lekin tabiyalga ganun al-fogo النسية كده يعني مثلا زول لو دير عمل استثمار ولا زول طالع من برا دير داب وطريقة الداب طالع مو في داخل جنوب السودان يعني ده بيلقى قوانين ده لسه ما خملوه كله. فهذه يوم الليلة قدموا بارو خمان بيل في برلمان فايت بمعنى شنو بيزات من برلمان الناس ما من داعي راديو أستاذ ويلي من لولوغوان.
سلام لك انت وسلام لاتم.
نعم.
أمبار في بور.
نعم.
وكلهم في جنوب لكن أمبار في بور. سلام سليراكم ما.
نعم.
تعرف يا مدام أصلا البلد كل بلد أصلا هو باللغة قانون ودو برلمان تبيج كيج دين بالعكس يعني اسم بتاعه بيكون أنا ما جبت كويس بالعكس لكن كلامه كويس هناك يعني طبعا كل حاجات دائما في بلد ودر له قوانين يعني عشان قوانين طبعا هو بكل البلد بيمشي بطريقة عديل بالدخل زي كير ويبرة لكن انت لو كان ما شفت كويس الكير ذاته في إبرة ما بيقدر يدخل فوق ذاته يعني قسم له سكر بعده در له ستة قانون تبرر بيشتغل بو بالراحة كل حاجة وصل در له قانون كل خطوة حتى مشي ذات نفس الدور فاتره در له قانون ذات تقول من بدايتك ماشي ده ما ده بيسمبله امشي بقانون عشان كده الذهب ده ذاته در له قانون كده عملوا له عنده من وصلت البلد ذاته ابن انتاج البلد بيجيبه حتى الذهب ده بيكتب في البنك وقروش ذاته لو كان قاعد جوا البنك بيجينا كفاية ده قروش بتاعته لكن من متلابس ساكت بس هناك عشوائي اي زول بيجي بيطلعه وانت كمسؤول في المنطقة ده تقدر تاخذ قروش براو وده قروش تنازل كله تا بلد كله انت كيف ده ما بتاعك براو ده تنازل كله اكلوا شويه دخلوا بقى ده يكون في الحكومه ولا كريم في البنك ده كان قروش في البنك وما قروش ذاته وشكله ده قروش ذاته وبيتباعوا قروش ذاته وما ذهب اسمه ذهب لشنو ذاته انا قاعد اسال الناس لكن ممكن الناس بقى بو ساكت ما كنت له قوانين صارمه كده يا يزول بقى شغال كيفه زول بيجي من وين شفت زول بيجي من وين بالعلم بتاعه بيجي بيطلعوا وبيشير وبيجي بيه برا وبيمشي يلخبطها يعني ده كله فوضى وديك على فيها بلا بقى جماعه.
نعم ده استاذ ويلي من اللوغو 1. نعم قال شيلو البسيد وسيبو باقي برضو تا جنوب السودان لجنوب السودان بدأت بمعنى شنو من برلمان بدأت راديو. نعم.
You are connecting with you and I calling from a wheel.
And I welcome on board.
Yes, this issue of mineral resources need to be protected and it needs wildlife to be stand firmly because our resources are looted unknowingly by foreigners. So need wildlife to stand firmly such that it's key. Our resources are maintained. So the maintenance of our resources, I think it is very low in South Sudan here. Yes, this one needs our government to stand firmly so that our resources should be maintained. So the foreigners here in South Sudan, they are looting our resources unknowingly while we don't know.
Thank you, Anay. Hi, radio.
Hello?
Sultana.
Aywa.
Misal Khair Sultana. Alen.
Wo gata ya ana rije bonyoti. Ana kala jol kan yi.
Naam.
Ada tulu seventy.
Shukran.
Yala ita no to mia. Ita no nas de jadal bija fi Sudan al bija mulu mar wulu sunude. Nas de silima al galage samarin na de kalam de ma halti. Ita no ba de marat nas gat berua be gru kana mon berua be tubu sirka fadi kalasi mo ruwa wole da ka miya ne na la anu sunu control mapi gonun mapi lakin iya mahal aka mahalat teninde alin na gidu ko ko de control ti gonun ita gat ge jada kalde ti gonun ita ge tala de ti gonun ano ti morag basa be arufi ta da kalumite ita ge ni muda kamyo ita ge kata muda kamyo lakin junu kan na de ma endo kalamade yani nasali jande yani jatu gida amlu leta kun za jo ya su bene yala ita ya goja yani hata yani zole kuti lena pato yani ita betun jalan manu sataki le ba mulita jadi le bele taki lajin polis gonun kutu nasali gida mu sokol sirika sule si gonun barado na gata le sakalinde si gonun mo jatu kan gida mu sirika si gonun de ina su jibibi ni umal kanu jabe na kida haba mani sal bar sokol fi na tenin kaman da mu sokol de dole na tenin de ma bayen na te kalam tan jere كلام ولبي نهار مسؤول بعينه شغل نجاته يعملوا كده أصل الناس كلها يجي على دهب ده أصل نجي جنبي كلا تنا بكل دهب لبعد الجارية وين كل أصل هذا جت على أصل جت على منافس في أبو دل ده جاته ما أعرف دهب ده جو دول أصل الناس كده كلا ولا في حاجة تانية في جنوب السودان ولا شنو يعني لا جدنا كيف ولا جدنا بالجنون وشركة على جدة على جدة على الدهب ده ويا شركة اسم فلان كده يا وتجري لكن ما قال الناس من سامبلا دول كانوا بيعملوا نفسه تو قالوا يا مسؤول ويا مهم يعملوا عجده فات على فلوس في جبهته ولا مواطنين في جنوب السودان دول حاجه جلسوا ده غلط تمام
شكرا نعم متى بيلقى حدود بتاع جنوب السودان كاريبيا يوغندا ولا كينيا اثيوبيا صوماليا كونغو ديل كل مليان بداب لكن يتبيلغا قانون النسية وكمان بريجليت تجا بيزنس بتاع داب دي وما في معلو فبرلمان شيلو خطوة دي بمعنى شنو برضو منهم عشان برضو كمان يدو قانون والكمان institutions الجديدة. Hi Radio.
Yeah, Madrama James, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, David from Magui.
Welcome, David. How is Magui?
Magui is okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Yeah, shukran. The topic tagi or the MPL just clarify nas parliament. So simple example of Madrama James Ikagalma silo na fi beta kana mabaru gali beta Madrama fi buluki at dele afwe. Okay? So we can't blame foreigners just they are coming smuggle mineral whatever. It's all about our government officials. We have a relationship with the foreigners outside there. Money abijibu na se traders, even mostly Lebanese, Bijab, Afrada, and the mostly place that let's give go forward that greater Equatorial, even Jebel Iraq, Ruak refugee Jebel Iraq, that go to Chinese now, Malian, Lebanese now, but Italy, South Sudanese, they come back the Rwanda. They are there even a guy Bisumon, security force. And you even in Madrama, that is the I read you as a presenter, the Itama back the Rwanda is a citizen of South Sudan. And people do it, but they are there. Exporting even exploitation of mineral. Come side of Capoeira, even Telego Somalian, Kenyans, foreigners, they are dealing even with mineral. Or mineral, they are even all our government officials, then companies, the Black Rock mineral, those all even, they are clarify. And is it too late since 2013? And they clarify people and they now in the parliament, how many years? And they come tarnished. And then there is things in Mombasa port. For some mineral export, it can get deal in mineral. There is a calling license origin of items. It can get export mineral in East Africa port, for example, in airport of Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, there is in Dubai, Itatala in Congo, Itatala in Uganda, or South Sudan. We have a license of origin of items. As all the mineral in Jubani. I'm clearance on to in Dubai International Airport or there is fly Ethiopia. Like Ethiopia, check up that there are license of origin item, mineral data, Djibouti, to Congo, well if Chad, well if Uganda, well away. But for us in that's another Madrama James. So is it too late? Even the one even the way of everything. Money bar who clarify now because even there's a miss. Even how because mostly things can they get the errors years old guys complain fair just nini itala ta be mustumo how many years what did clarify na thank you so much.
Shukran wasata musharaka min mugata Magui ni gedi mbaro kamana fi sifrisa wide wala 299 via our Facebook page. We have Donato Dong Wall is saying, hello Madrama James, I'm watching you live from Thumping. I really welcome the amendment bill that has been tabled in the parliament concerning the mining sector. As we all know, this sector is very important and can help improve our country's economy. Keep those messages coming. Then Gift Jacob is saying, hello Madrama James. And not forgetting the lovely listeners of I Radio. I'm streaming this program live from Gudele Market. Let us know where you are streaming this program from. I Radio.
Madam James.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, my brother.
Good evening, Joseph.
very interesting topic.
Thank you. Mm.
Yeah, my brother, to talk about the justice or the law of mining in the country. We have that law. They are just amended from 2022 to 2024 or to 2025. They are being amended. Our laws are very beautiful, are being drafted. But the main problem here, that is the parliament, which is not allowed our laws to be effective. Laws are effective when the parliament are monitoring what executive are doing. If mining has ministry, there is a ministry of mining, and the mining now being privatized by individuals, and those individuals are allowed by the members, by the parliament itself, they are not question them. Members of the parliament, they have to oversee government operational, has to see what that minister what he is doing. Even also they have role to the president itself. Right now we have the Ministry of Mining, and we have a mining company which is brought by foreigners, by individuals itself inviting foreigners, and our mineral or our resources are being misused, and the parliament is kept quiet. And this, when they come together and they talk about chapters of laws, it says because of absence of laws. Laws are not absent. It is because you don't put them to be effective. Right now, I want to give their recommendation. Let them put accountability on the sectors of resources. If you misuse the resources on your time, within 6 months, the parliament should call you back, and later on, members of the parliament, they should have right of someone, and later on, if somebody is guilty, and let them have their right to vote out, vote of no confidence to the any government of people. To the appointment of directors, it is contact minister and the presidency, and the president should appoint a technical, somebody who is working there to be under secretary, to be director, not to recruit in your own means. That one also is matching some ministry. Ministers are allowed to bring somebody from nowhere to be directors and to be under secretaries, and president accept them. Let parliament know their role as a representative of the people. So the state-based group, they should talk on behalf of the country, not even on their affairs. Country will talk on their affairs. Right now, how we listen? If we are listening on the executive, our minerals are always being mined by the foreigners, and the executive is the one who allowed them. If we're waiting the voice of the parliament, why parliament is not questioning them? So right now, when you talk about the gold mining, in this privacy, we want that mineral or gold mining to be produced through the Ministry of Mining. Even a foreign company, if it is able to produce them, let the ministry bring them and produce them on behalf of the ministry. And the money should be challenged to the central bank. All the resources should be in the central bank, and the government and the cabinet executive should set and bring in the way of using money. And the members of the parliament to knowing that we have this in account, and they must monitoring them.
All right.
If they misuse it, the time they should come up with a resolution. They should come up with that decision. If there's one minister, let that minister must be all accountable.
Thank you.
Part of accountability in this process. What I see there, it is a collective corruption which is based on the but it is collective because members of the government are kept quiet.
Thank you.
They're involved.
Thank you, Joseph, for sharing your thought with us. Yes, part of accountability is something very important. Dear listener, in case you have just joined us, you're listening to the Sundown Show on iRadio with me, Madrama James. Today, we are in Parliament where the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Dr. Joseph Genga Kech, has tabled the Mining Act 2013 as Amendment Bill 2025. The bill seeks to align South Sudan's mining laws with the revitalized peace agreement and the transitional constitution, and to strengthen how the country manages its mineral resources. We ask you this afternoon what's your take on the Mining Act 2012 Amendment Bill 2025. Do you believe it will help ensure South Sudan mineral resources benefit ordinary citizens like you? And I thank you so much for sharing your thought with us.
Real people, real stories, real music, real radio. This is iRadio, your eye on South Sudan.
Is still in Parliament. A member of Parliament has raised a serious concern about the situation in a busy commercial area near that's a Bon car dealership. According to the MP, the area, widely known as High Tijaria or High Commercial Square, is situated right next to several schools, making it a sensitive location for young students. The MP highlighted that the current activities in the area are inappropriate and could have a negative influence on the students and students attending these nearby schools. He went on to allege that some individuals are engaging in the use of marijuana and other drugs openly within the commercial zones, creating unsafe and unhealthy environment for children and the wider community. The MP stressed that such behavior is unacceptable, particularly in a location frequented by school children during school hours. To address the issue, the MP has proposed relocating Bon car dealership to a different location that is not in close proximity to schools. He urged that moving the dealership would not only protect students to exposure to harmful activities but also help maintain order and safety in the community. The MP urged the relevant authorities to take swift action, emphasizing the need to prioritize the welfare of children and ensure that commercial activities do not compromise the educational environment. Now let's listen to the MP speaking in the Parliament today.
Yeah, my concern or my information today concern Haitigaria Square, where the cars already is located in that place, that square. And when we see that square already surrounded by 5 schools, we have Juba Day, we have St. Joseph, we have commercial school, we have model school and superior. For I see that place already, it is not suitable for that place or which they make it as a station for the cars. And why there are the learners in that area. I wish that place it is danger when you are located even that square concerned they are making their activities as a student, like football, other activities. It is not good to put the cars in that place, and even already there's some others business which is not good for the school. Even there's a lot of I can call it what I don't know, in the bango, all these things already they're making in that place already. Yeah, there's a lot of drug. I wish already the cars could be located another area. It is not good to engage the school in that place and again to make other activities which are not suitable for the school. Shukran.
Let's listen to the response from the Deputy Speaker, Palmera Awirial.
The first one concerning the cars in that premises, High Tijaria. I think this one would be looked at the Committee of Education. Say that they see exactly what is there, and then if not, we will call the minister concerned to come and brief us on this issue. But the committee first, the Committee of General Education, has to look into this and to send members of committee to go and see what is there in that area.
For information and entertainment, stay tuned to iRadio, your eye on South Sudan.
MP Bugul Besad Mahal Algad Bitabia Rabat Fogo fi Hai Tijaria de fi Nus Madaris wa Leita Bielga fi Nas Algad ba Juru Bongo fi Tanin Algad Bijuru Sijara wa de Khotura Khalis le Eyal Besad Alfi Madrasa fa Lufi Thriga ile ma la Rabat Mahal Algitabia Rabat Fogo fi Besad Hai Tijaria de يشيلوا في محل تبيلقى ما في بخون مدرسة قريب ده بقول شنو في صوت بتاع MP ده اي راديو
يا ديفيد يا من ماغوي يس يا مدرما تعرف حاجات ثانيين كده في الجنوب كده يعني ناس كان غير كوبين ايفن MPs ده كريمو نانو ستاتستيك جوبا سيتي Arabati kan gite brief midani IT jariya ni kira beja tijata midani zara ta konyo yaja mulure location jasilo Arabati defi midani IT jariya aron behind yani fidare aron hotel na then school there for left side ita kan gita the corporate hotel ita gisla the school there right side and the activity is the secondary school and all kids even let's sorry for using the word and yala likulu gagara na dema yalo skereni mafi jenawa kida yani businessmen back there na do galita ali si sigara yaude let them ajali mon gira complain they must be with it and the perfect yani evident alikuna even if MP can go to jena aliko jena digi juru sigara wale attraction ya tu jena dama ni kitala bini kudela galo gija ini gija maderesa magija sajata ni nonsense yani umoni kan gira complain de kira itimale umoni di barna mal au de review barale na stadi pose junubini za to mader request ibona arasa occupy pose de midani de asa all companies ikatila they are renting under national government and if gurusu ana mutaki resikilaja jerema mitala bimbu nar si ajata nini ni kituna fi barlamani na MPs de the rise complain gurusu give us individual pocket. And then now they are rising complaints as kereta alawa ali yale na there's a business deal as car in as different counties and if Uganda, Congo, they're buying car here is an organization. It's a business, the office that is the bank, even they are dealing in the car. Must resolve waste time to amulam drugs, cocaine or tramadol for ajade. Let us be even specifically even open. It's better than Kerimon we government or national government want to make a plan of project or construction or another side of government institution. It's better than even the right couple Yali Gaga to Jatana get the issue, even to Bagali school, to Koyo, private school, and if it's a kill hell at an aspect, Yali Gitarata Bigo Yala La Fin, Malegamati, Tinadi, the Maruman Margaret couple.
Shukran David.
Ya fitijata rock city tabiko lighthouse yade jama tabrek yale kullu fi dakil suq yale musara fi custom mun yale kayano an musara ya tijata topping nunuki yale kidodor fi malanade malumo ne magira ya couple na tijara midani zara de ali tijari de. No, thank you so much.
Thank you David Bugul bukun taban na sobita MP dede ya na khore mudun hisbat في بكون تأتي وطن بسدل في هاي تجارية دبارو كماندر تبيو لكن تم تاكد في مدرسة وكمان في سوق محل الجيت بيو عربات فوق إتا قاديل ولا أبو إتا متاكد ما باصر بارو بتعليم بتايال ولا تبقول شنو ناس ما من ده هاي راديو.
ألو.
أستاذ ويلي من لولوغوان.
أستاذ ويلي ولا من لولوغوان هاي. إتعرف؟ هذا بدأنا نتكلم 100%. أول سؤال أنا بدي أقول كده تعرف كلام تعوضه برلابا يعني كلامه كويس
جدا جدا يعني. لأن أصلا المدرسة كان يكون له في الميادين، ميدان المدرسة بيكون فيه، لأنه في تمارين بيعملها ما بيكون في داخل الفصل. ميدان تجربة تجارية، ميدان مدرسة تجربة تجارية أصلا ما مالتها بعربات ما كان يجينا تجارة. لأن في المدرسة الزماني أصلا في تعليم أصلا، في تعليم في الإلكتروني هناك، هم ما لقوا تعليم في دول بعض الدول ثانية. مثلا جاء من شرق افريقيا او من شمال افريقيا، في ناس جاء من شرق افريقيا التعليم كله يكون برا في معادن بيكون مخصص. احنا كان زمان علمنا مدارس في ميدان بتاعت مدرسة فيه، لكن في ميدان احتياطي. يلا في هنا بيقولوا فنون بيسموها فيها كده، بعملوا خريطة بكتوبة ومحادية دي ضيق هناك. يلا المهم بيرسم لهم قطة في خريطة، تمشي فوق كده، تمشي مع الصوت اللي جاي من التصويرين ده، تلقى الجائزة بتاعهم في معلقة في الميدان ده. تلقى كتب المشارة بس في الميدان بتاعهم ده هناك. ده في فنون في الميدان ده بيكون يعني خريطة الجغرافيا ده بيرسم لها عشان تفاهم الخريطة. الكتب هناك تمشي كده تلقى انت مصور كده، انتوا ما لقوا انتوا ما بتلقى، يعني انتوا ما كبرت القانون ده مرة كويس. لو كان هيك الخريطة كويسة ملفة كده سنلقون خريطة. إيه ميدان المدرسة ما ميدان تعليم، ما ميدان دي عربية. وده برلمان ده كلامه 100%. الميدان ده ما ميدان لدي العربات ولا كده، لكن طبعا حتى في الحسن ده في اللقبة الشديد دخل الناس النظام بتاعهم البراء اصلا ما انت مرة تقول يقاموها. عندنا كان زمان بنقرا الصباح في المدرسة، الصباح بتعلمنا المدرسة بينا في الميدان المدرسة ده ميدان تجربة تجارية ده. ده بيدرسوهم فاتحة بكتب بيتهم وصاف باسوا لي رئيس فاتحة بيقولوا لك اكتبوا اعصد بنتي بيدك باسوا لي رئيس فاتحة في تراب كده كاتبه هذا من قلم. يلا سبيدولزي ده وين كويس. نعم في كان كلهم بيها كبار، لكن لسه بدأنا توم ممكن هم بيلعب فيه كورة. لو كان من فروضة كان في ابتدائية لسه موجودين بينا، ممكن في جالسة ابتدائية ثاني بيجيب لها في الميدان ده، لأن الميدان ده مكان لسه اسم مدرسة، هذا اسم عربات يا عربات دي كلها فيها بلد.
نعم شكرا. وسط أستاذ ويلي وان من لولوكوان بقولوا متفق بكلام بتاع برلمان، لكن دافيدو بقول لا كم بيلقى محل القاد بتبيو عربات فوقه ومدارس كمان برو الشغال. نسمع من آخر مكالمة اي راديو.
دي أنا مدرما.
تفضل.
دي جوليا ماك. الكلام بتاعه البرلمان ده كلام ده كويس جدا يا مدرما، لأنه إنت ما بقدر بخد مدرسة ده في 3 مدارس في محل ده يا مدرما. 3 مدارس ده ما ممكن يجيني في محل اللي فوقه بيبيعوا مريسة، بيبيعوا بانجي، بيبيعوا حاجات كتير فوق يا مدرما. إنت كده ذات زول على في زي ده بدك قاعد وين زي كده أمشي بريسة كده في ميدان تجارية هناك أنت بيشوف حاجات ما كويس. فحاجة ده هو صح، مفروض ما في مدرسة بقعد جنب محل كده. ده 1. 2 أولاد ديل الخشوا في السينيا ده بيبقى أمور شوية صعب، لأن كان ما كنتوا بالت أننا فوق عيال ديل معناته عيال ده كله بينحرفوا، ثم بيكون ناس بتاع مريسة، ناس بتاع بانجي، ناس بتاع اللي بياخد بشيله. شفتها؟ هم شغالين كده. لكن يا مدرما احنا لازم نشيل كلامات ده كله. محل بتاع عربات ده ممكن يعملوا له سوق ويقفلوه، وكل محلات اللي هناك ده بيكون في مراقبه شديد، لانه كلام ده انا ذاتي قدامك يا مدرما. انا بعد مرات قاعد امشي هناك انا قاعد اتاثر شديد بكلامات ده. ما قال بيو ميدان ولا ما بيو ميدان، لكن احنا دايرين تعليم الكويس للعيال بتاعنا يا مدرما. شكرا.
شكرا جزيلا جوليا هنا في جوبا. لهذين المستمعين في كل محل جينا توال في آخر مناقشة بتاعنا في أول ساعة، بعد توالينا بيمشي في عناوين بتاع أخبار. يلا أنا بيرجع وقدم معكم في second hour bita Sundown show. I've been your host Madrama James, and we have been focusing on the bill to table in the parliament, and a concern raised by the MP about the car dealership in Haiti Jaria. According to him, it equally affects also the performance of schools or students right there. Thank you, One Moses, and thank you, Obach, for the coverage.